Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my April reading wrap-up and going through all of the books that I read this month. So let's get started. I did read an okay amount. I didn't reach my point goal, but it'll be fine. The first thing I read is the Wings of Fire graphic novel, the first one. This was on my TBR because I had a prompt that was like, read a book off of my son's bookcase. So I read this. Technically I had read it before, because I had read it with him, but I had never sat down and just like read straight through it. So there are details that I missed because when I would read it with my son, I would read it to him, but then he would like stop me every like couple pages to start a conversation. Sometimes regarding the book, sometimes just something the book made him think of. So I missed a lot when I did that. So, but it's good. I like it. It's cute. So I did finish that. I read Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller. This was one of my 4 books that I put on my TBR from my 2025 priority reads. And it was cute. I think I gave it 4 stars. I was really looking forward to reading this because I really loved her duology, the Shadows Between Us duology. And I think those were written after this trilogy. I'm pretty sure. I feel like you can kind of tell. I feel like the writing is better in those books than it was in this one, but I still liked this. It just wasn't quite to the level of those two. And I gave both of those in that duology 5 stars. But I am looking forward to reading the second one. I don't know when I'm going to be able to. Every time I go to the bookstore, it's either sold out or they only have the paperback copy. I could get the paperback copy, but I know I'm going to be upset with myself because I have the hardback for the first one and the third one. And the reason I have the third one and not the second one is because I thought it was the second one, but it's not, it's the third one. So, and I need the books in the series to match. They have to match. So I can't get the paperback. I just can't do it. But whenever I find it in hardback, you bet your butt I'm gonna get it. Okay, so I like that one also. The next one I read was Skein Island, and I was initially really intrigued at the premise of this book. I ended up giving this 2 stars. So I didn't tell you what the Daughter of the Pirate King was about, but it's about the Daughter of the Pirate King. I don't feel like I can say much else because I feel like anything else would be spoilers. I mean, I guess not. If it happens in the first couple chapters, it's not spoilers, right? So the Daughter of the Pirate King gets purposefully kidnapped by rival pirates in order to search for something that her father wants, and chaos ensues. This is about an island where only women are permitted to reside or step foot on. It's basically it's marketed as a feminist resort where women can go and stay for free for a week and kind of like rediscover themselves or whatever. And the main character has a history with this island because her mom abandoned her and her father after staying on this island. She just decided never to come back. And So one day she mysteriously gets an invitation from the woman who started this island. And it's strange because that woman is now dead and the island doesn't send out invitations. Like, you have to apply. So she decides to go check it out of curiosity. And I just did not like where this book ended up going. Its messaging was very all over the place. And I don't even really know how to describe it without giving spoilers. It had potential at one point. And I honestly was so close to DNFing this book at probably like 2/3 of the way through. But I was just like, I'm so close. I want to see if this book can redeem itself. And it really didn't. It just kind of went further downhill. Yeah, I feel like the main character's husband is like set up to be portrayed as this like stand-up guy, this kind of like hero type. But honestly, he's riddled with red flags and gives me the ick like a million times over. And I don't know if that's intentional. Honestly, it's really difficult to tell if that's intentional because of some of the other things that are said in this book. It's like this book is trying to be feminist, but at the same time just reinforces a ton of misogynistic tropes. I'm done. It's just all over the place. It was not, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Something I did like though, and the next 3 were not on my TBR at all. So those 3 were. 2 of them were like on my actual like randomized TBR, and then one of them was on the 4. No, one of them was an automatic roll-in. Skein Island was an automatic roll-in because I had already started it. Anyway, the next 3 were not on there for any reason. I read Heartstopper, and this was so stinking cute. I did end up buying the first one. So I got the second one at a store called Where You Been. It's where they have like all those like Amazon returns in the bins and you just like sift through it. They were having a like buy 10 books for $1 day, and they had that there. They only had the second one, but I figured I'd grab it because I got it for like, I ended up getting it for like literally like 5 cents. So with the intention that eventually I would buy the first one. And if I'm being honest, the book sounded cute, but I figured it was one of those things where I would like read the first one and the second one because I had them, and then I just probably wouldn't care about getting the rest of them. That I would think they were cute, but like I didn't think I would care about continuing on. And that's not the case. I care. I definitely want to get the third one. It's a little bit of a tough pill to swallow for me to spend $15 on a book that takes me 30 minutes to read though. So I don't know. That's a me problem. I don't know what to do about that, but it might be a while before I work up the gall to buy the third one, but I definitely want to read it because it's super cute. Honestly, I might just go to the bookstore, like sit in a chair and read it. I don't know. But these books are about the love story between 2 teen boys, and it is so stinking cute. It's so cute. It's so freaking adorable. It's so wholesome in the way that like teen romances are wholesome. Well, can be. Not always. Can be. And I just love them. I love them so much. I love them together. I love them individually. I don't even know what else to say about these. They're just so freaking adorable. They're so cute. So I read the first one, and then immediately after I read the second one. So I have read both of those, and also just like the art is just really cute. These covers are just adorable. I love it. There's like a million of these books now though, so it's going to take me a while to get through them. Just because, again, $15 for a book that takes me 30 minutes to read is a little bit of a mental struggle for me to get past, but eventually. The next book that I read, also not on my TBR at all, and I'm not done with it. I started it. I probably won't be done with this until it is technically May. So this is going to be rolling over into my May TBR because I'm not going to finish it by the end of April, which is there's like 2 days left. Just because I'm not going to have enough time to sit down and read all of it. So this is Dating and Dismemberment, a monster rom-com by A.L. Brody. Are you serious? They're hammering on my house. They're not supposed to be working on my house anymore. If you've seen, I think this is the same guy. It reads like it's the same guy. The guy on TikTok who does those like joke videos about the way that male authors write female characters in books, and it's just like super ridiculous. I'm pretty sure he wrote this book, and so far it's all right. So far I'm about a third of the way through, and I feel like the first couple chapters of the book were funnier than the rest of it that I've read so far. Almost like he purposefully imbued like the same humor that he uses in his TikToks into the first couple chapters to like draw you in. And then it kind of fizzled off a little bit. It's still there, but it's kind of fizzled off a little bit. This is a 3-star read for me so far. So far it's okay. It is an interesting concept, and I've never read anything quite like it. And I did kind of find some of the crossover humor between this book and his TikToks like funny in the beginning of the book, but I'm gonna have to see where this goes because there are quite a few parts in this book where it just feels a little redundant, like it's kind of going over the same things over and over again, and it almost feels like, you know, when you write a research paper in high school and you need to hit a word count, you just say the same thing over and over, but in different ways. There are a couple points in here so far where it feels like that's what's happening. So yeah, I'll have to see about this, but the jury is still out. Now, there are a lot of books left on my TBR that I have not read yet, so let's go through those real quick. The 3 others that I rolled in that were part of the 4 from my priorities, my 2025 priority reads. The 3 that are left are Harriet Hall and the Miracle Cure, Nightbane, and An Offer from a Gentleman. And then the ones that were randomized are Nevernight, Red Queen, The Games Gods Play, The High Mountain Court, One Dark Window, and Immortal. Let's see. So I don't remember what I said. I need to start writing down what I say because you guys, I have chicken brain, I swear. I don't remember if I said that the books on my 2025 priority reads list were going to count as 1 point even if they weren't officially on my TBR, or if they would still like follow the normal rules and be half a point if they weren't officially on my TBR. I don't remember what I said about that. I feel like because they're my priority reads, I should probably incentivize myself to read them and make them a whole point, but then I'm not going to end up reading the books on my actual TBR. So, no, okay, I'm not going to do that. So, the amount of points that I got in April is I got 4 points. So I read 3 books for my TBR, so that's 3 points, and I read 2 that were not on my TBR, so that's 1 point. So 4 points, and I needed 6 in order to not take a penalty on my May TBR. So that's fun. I think I'm gonna do my May TBR just a little bit different. So yeah, that will be going up in a couple of days. So if you want to see what I'm going to be reading in May, stay tuned for that. So that's the end of this video though. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.